Mike Tyson. You listen to the XY show, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's going to be ecstatic.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to another segment of the XY show. And I'm your host, Roosevelt. How you doing? Long weekend. Well, not long weekend, but, it's long. I guess it's long because I didn't do nothing. Sometimes you just got to sit your ass down, especially in the summertime. Me and the son has come to an agreement long time ago. And the agreement is if I don't mess with him, I don't try him by coming out, being all out, doing dumb, stupid shit, taking hikes in the hills and taking 10-mile runs and, all that crazy shit where you can catch a heat stroke. The son said, if you don't do that, then I won't mess with you. You don't do that dumb shit, I won't fuck with you. And we had a pretty good agreement for years now. And he hasn't messed with me. I don't do dumb shit in the summertime, going out and taking hikes in the middle of a heat wave and, doing a lot of stupid shit that people do in the summertime. And I don't even like the summer. You guys know me. I like the burr months. I like the winter's my favorite. Autumn is my second favorite. The rest of it, if it was up to me, it'd be winter year round. Year round. Maybe a break for a month or two for autumn type weather. So I don't like the spring. I don't like the summer. So I tolerate the spring, but I definitely don't like the summer. It's just too damn hot. So, summertime, most of the time I just don't do anything. I just hibernate. It's too damn hot out there. It's over 100. It's 100. With the index is 110, 115. It's humidity. Nah, man. Nobody gonna be waking me up with smelling salt. Mr. Colbert, are you okay? No. No, hell no. And it's not worth it. So I didn't do nothing the whole weekend, and I got a little sick. That's why I was supposed to release this episode a little earlier. But I was starting to get a little sniffles, and my nose started getting itchy, and I know that's a sign. So I just rested, and I feel much better. I still got my orange juice. I have my milk for the hot chocolate. I'm starting to watch little Christmas movies, getting ready for Christmas in July. I'm just watching a few of them. What else am I doing? Just drinking plenty of liquid. So I feel much better now. So I say, let me do the episode that I promised you guys, right? The extra episode before being out for a couple of weeks. So I got this episode. I got an idea. I got this idea from Michael Smerconish. Funny guy. He's a host on POTUS in the mornings from 9 to 12, and then he's on CNN as well on the weekends, I believe. So I saw his show on the weekends. Very funny guy, very amusing. Sometimes he say stupid shit. Sometimes he say stuff that I kind of agree with, sometimes he don't. But he's entertaining, I'll say that. But I think a week ago, he had people on the show basically saying how lonely a lot of males are and a lot of people are in general. And, he had experts on there saying that this is, especially affects young males. And that's why basically a lot of young males do a lot of dumb shit because they are lonely. And I agree with that. Now, I know, I've always said that women are crazy as hell, because a lot of women are saying that they don't need men. And, fuck all men and I'm independent and, all that bullshit, Women have always been mentally challenged, if you ask me. A lot of them are crazy as hell. And the scary part, they don't know it. But I think that, when I was listening to that show, a lot of males are crazy as hell too, because they're lonely. And to be blunt with you, a lot of males are not getting any pussy. They are not getting any pussy for years. I'm not talking about months. For those of you who are getting pussy on the regular, and when your wife or girlfriend tells you no for a couple of days, you almost lose your mind. Imagine going without pussy for 6 months. Imagine going without pussy for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. And there's a lot of men out there like that. And I think that society makes it more difficult for these type of fellas. Everyone can't look like Denzel. Everyone can't look like Brad Pitt. Everyone can't look like damn, I can't think of nobody. You know what I mean? The pretty boys of Hollywood. Everyone doesn't have the looks. What was that night? Damn, I guess I'm still kind of feeling under the weather. I can't think of shit. Oh man, what was that night that was in King Arthur? Lancelot. Damn, shit. So everyone can't be a Sir Lancelot, right? So you got some dudes that out there that are ugly as fuck, right? You got dudes out there who's obese. You got dudes out there who are just not appealing to the opposite sex, so they can't get pussy, right? So I guess tonight's episode is, should society legalize prostitution? Should society legalize prostitution? Now, a lot of you are saying, oh my goodness, Roosevelt, are you crazy? That's against the law. But you think about it, why is it against the law? What's wrong with being able to quench your needs? When you need a drink, you go to the bar. When you need to smoke a cigar, you go to one of those cigar lounges. When you need groceries, you go to the grocery store. You're supplying your needs, whether there are needs that are, necessities or needs that are socially. You're satisfying your needs to make you have a better life. So why does society says no to men who can't get sex the traditional way, talk to women because they're not attractive, right? So they have an outlet they will be able to go to and satisfy their needs of sexual frustration. And, a lot of stuff that Michael Smerconish says, he says he has the mingle groups and I know a lot of times he says things that he can't really elaborate on because, he's on POTUS and CNN. He can't say certain things, but what he's really saying is there's not enough guys getting pussy out there. Let me repeat that. There are too many guys in society that are not getting pussy. That is a problem for all of us because if you have all these motherfuckers laying around, you can only jack your dick so many times. You can only buy panties and smell them while you're jacking your dick so many times. You can only go to the strip club and spend all your check so many times before it's not enough. You need to get some pussy. And I think that society is cheating these men and women. Women, there's some women out there too who can't, women out there who don't look like Sharon Stone. I like Sharon Stone. I know a lot of you saying, what? Maybe 30 years? No. I like Sharon right now because she's older and she's seasoned and probably got a hairy pussy. Anyway, let me get off on the tangent. There's women out there who can't get dick, right? Like a Sharon Stone, I'm just using her as an example, maybe 30 years ago, she had no problem getting dick, right? Now she's older. A lot of guys, I'm not saying that she couldn't get guys anymore, but it's a lot more difficult. A lot of women out there, they're older now. They don't quite look like they used to. They're maybe obese, maybe they're ugly as fuck. I don't know. They're having problems that they can't get the opposite sex. So, prostitution goes for them as well. I think that it could benefit from both sexes of having their sexual needs met in a financially way when they can't do it in a natural way. What's wrong with that? You need a drink, you go get a drink at a bar. You want to go fishing, you need fish, you can go fish, or you can go to the fish market and buy fish. Every other thing that you need, whether it's a luxury or a necessity, there's a place where you can buy it. And no one says anything, but as soon as someone says, I want to buy some ass, then there's a problem. I don't see, I'm just playing the devil advocate here, I'm just saying, I want you to open your mind. I want you to open your mind and think. Think about all the problems that are going on right now because these motherfuckers are walking around sexually frustrated because they can't get no pussy, can't get dick, right? Women out there can't get dick. What's wrong with having an avenue for these people to satisfy their needs? It'll be such a better way to deal with so many social issues in society because that's what brings on a lot of problems in society. And that's what makes it our business. A lot of people are saying that's none of our business. It is our business when this sexually frustrated motherfuckers start raping people. It is our business when this sexually motherfuckers start going in bars and shooting them up and fighting because they're not getting pussy. You need that pussy to relax your mind and make you feel good about being a man. And women out there who, even though they won't admit it, they need dick too. There's a lot of women who are sexually frustrated and mean and miserable ass women. And they need a dick to calm them down and make them a better person. The sad thing is a lot of them don't know it. And a lot of them do know it, but they can't do anything about it. So what's wrong with society in creating barriers to prevent these people from satisfying their needs? What's wrong with if you can't get ass, right, in that natural way or dick? Just like anything else, you need a drink, you need cigarettes, you need clothes, you need groceries. What's wrong with having a place where you can go that's clean, sanitized, and you go there and you say, well, haven't been having sex in a while. let me go to the depot or whatever they call it, the rabbit hole or something. I don't know, the pigeon coop. I don't know. Somewhere to get you some pussy. Somewhere that women can get fucked. And just like anywhere else, you pay for that drink. You pay for your groceries. You pay for the transaction. You can pay in different, segments. You want an hour. You can pay for the act that you wants her to do, and just a blowjob or a full sexual act or jacking you up. I don't know. Whatever the case may be. Now, a lot of you saying, well, they already have that in Las Vegas. Yeah, they do, but nobody going to fucking Las Vegas. And you shouldn't have to go to fucking Las Vegas to get a nut. That's something that should be in all 50 states and Puerto Rico. And actually, it was in Puerto Rico. I remember when I was in the Navy, they had like houses and shit. And you go pick. I don't know if they still have that. I haven't been to San Juan in over 20 years, so I don't even know if they still have it like that in Puerto Rico. But what I'm saying is, nobody going to fuck all the way to Puerto Rico either. Why can't it be available in every one state? Why can't it be available in Nebraska? Why can't it be available in Georgia, Florida, Utah, California, Montana, Nevada? Why can't it be, well, it's already available in Nevada, but why can't it be available in all states and DC? What's wrong? Who is it hurting? And if you regulated it, you make sure that, first of all, if you had it legalized, that would kill all of the dirty prostitution on the street, with the pimps. It'll be done in a humane way, so you make sure that they're clean, making sure that they're getting their checkups, just like they do it in Las Vegas. Those women are clean and they're getting checkups. They have to have a medical card. And a lot of you motherfuckers saying, well, how do you know about all this shit, Rosa? No, I interviewed a lady, Bella, a few months back. And that's how, she told me about all of this stuff. It's regulated in Vegas. They really do it right. They do it safe. So why can't we have it in every state? That's all I'm saying. What's wrong with someone who can't get sex the traditional way and saying, hey, look, I'll pay $150 for me to get some pussy? And it makes them feel better, makes them feel good, and it relieves their sexual frustration. And I guarantee you, I don't know until we do something like that, but I would more than guarantee that a lot of dumb shit will stop. All of that shooting up schools and shooting up public places. I really believe that stuff will go away or will be significantly lessened. Because I believe a lot of those silly ass crimes like that, rapes. I mean, what do you think? Why is somebody raping someone? Because they can't get pussy. But if you had an avenue where, that is available for them and they don't have to worry about getting busted or getting, taken down for solicitation, somewhere they can go and purchase a piece of ass in peace, nobody will be getting raped. I'm going to say it'll totally eradicate, because you got some sick motherfuckers out there no matter what you do, right? But I think it would significantly go down. What's wrong with someone satisfying their needs financially? What's the difference between buying pussy or buying dick and buying a beer, buying groceries, buying clothes, buying fishing supplies when you want to go fishing? What's the difference? when I listen to Mike Smerconish and I listen to some of the experts on there, and they were talking about some guys that are getting their social interaction with AI. And AI is getting better because it has women, a computer pretending to be a woman, and the guy is essentially having a relationship with a computer. And a lot of you saying, what a fucking loser. That's inaccurate. I think it's just, like I said before, you have everyone can't look like Denzel, everyone can't look like Brad Pitt, and you have people who are super lonely. So they go to other outlets to have interactions with something. Something is better than nothing. And if they have a computer talking to them and, you're a great person and you're very handsome, I think you're a good guy, stuff that normal people would like to hear daily, or at least sometimes in their lives. And they're getting it from there, it's better than nothing. They can't get it from a real person, right? So my question is, again, if it helps people with their sexual frustration, both men, especially men and women, right? Because most women, let's be honest, even though women looks like, there's women who are obese and they're getting plenty of dick, right? There's women out there that get so much, they're obese, they're getting so much dick they can hardly keep up. Because there's groups out there for men who don't fuck anything but big women. So, women are, it happens. You have some women out there who just not getting the dick, but they can if they wanted to. They just not applying themselves. Let's be honest. Women can get dick when they want to, no matter what the case may be. If you're ugly, you're obese, you find somebody to fuck you. But guys is different. There's a lot of men out there who are sexually frustrated, who are miserable, who are depressed, all because they can't get pussy, all because they can't get affection from the opposite sex. And like I said before, Jackie and Dick can only go so far. Going to the strip club, spending all your check, that shit gets very old. A man needs to catch a nut from a woman, either with her mouth or her vagina or her ass. Her ass, I don't do that, to each his own. That's not me. But they need something to relieve themselves. And I think that's what the problem is in society. Society blocks individuals who need sexual relief, but they are preventing them from getting it. Is that humane? Is that fair? And I'm sure a lot of police officers would rather do other shit than busting somebody trying to get some pussy. Come on. All they want is some pussy. That's it. Guys who can't get regular sex, all they trying to get is a nut. Then they got to get, you got to spend time, you got to bust them, and then you got to process them, and fingerprint them, and put them in the system and the computer and blah, blah, blah. For a guy trying to get some pussy. That don't even make no damn sense when you think about it. There's plenty of things the police officers could be doing than busting motherfuckers who can't get pussy. What are we doing as a society preventing these people from, that's a necessity. That's not a luxury. You need to get pussy. A man needs that. And I think if we as a society stop putting barriers in front of people, being able to relieve themselves financially, they can't get it naturally, so they pay for it. What's wrong with that? I mean, just like everything else, a woman, she have the little tic tac, little bitty titties, right? So he wants to be augmented. So she goes to a plastic surgeon and pays for it and get bigger titties. You know, or get the Brazilian butt lift and get a bigger ass. She's paying for something that she can't get, you know, physically. You can't get bigger titties. You have to just go with the pair that you're blessed with. So if you grow up with Tic Tacs, that's it. You're not getting bigger titties. You're not. If you didn't get them during puberty, that's it. So, but they're allowed to go augment themselves. They're allowed to go pay. A lot of you saying that's different. How's that different? Actually, that's a luxury. You don't need to have big titties. Now, granted, it looks better. For me personally, I would go to the one with big titties instead of the Tic Tacs. But that's just a physical preference. You don't need big titties to survive. Having big titties or small titties, you don't get depressed. But when you ain't had no pussy in 5, 10 years, 15 years, you can become depressed. You can become dangerous. So I ask again. And, you know, I got this episode. I got the idea from Michael Smerconish. I had to give him credit. He's on to something, you know, with the mingle groups. You know, he wants you to get out there and talk to people. And I'm going to go further. He wants you to get out there, talk to people, get some pussy. He can't say that online. You know, he can't say that, but I can. That's essentially what Michael Smerconish is saying. Get out there, young man. Talk to young women. Get some pussy. Stop hiding behind a computer screen with AI and all that shit. And don't expect any help from society, because society seems to enjoy the barriers of you being sexually relieved. It's illegal. You can't even buy pussy when you need it. You're not hurting anybody. But don't expect any help from society. It's not going to come. Damn, a couple years ago, they even stopped. They stopped where you can't even go to a lot of porn sites. What's the name of that? Shit. Oh, man. Player. I don't. Damn, what's wrong with me? Anyway, it's like amateurs post pictures, you know, them fucking and stuff like that. I can't think of the name. They were giving discounts during COVID. But anyway, there's a lot of sites out there that you can't even go on without putting your information and all this shit in to verify your age. So essentially, you can't even jack your dick no more. Like, they don't even want you to jack your dick. What's going on? This society don't want men to relieve themselves. You know, you got to, prove that you're 21. You know, what? So damn, you have it where you can't buy pussy. Now you don't even want them to jack their dicks. I mean, there's still other things you can do, the OnlyFans and Tumblr, and I mean, there's other things you can still do, but it's just that more barriers are being put up, preventing men who can't get pussy naturally from having any sexual relief or release. So all that shit builds up. You get depressed. You get angry. Next thing you know, a damn mall getting shot up. Next thing you know, there's a serial rapist on the loose. and you think about all of the crimes that we have today, I want you to think, if prostitution was legal, or if there was some kind of means in society where men could get sexually relieved, for a price, legally, how much crime would we have today? Would crime be lower or higher? I'm going to say lower, a lot lower. I'm not going to say it'll be a utopia around here. Now, I'm not that damn crazy. But the crime rate would be dropped significantly. Because guys wouldn't be walking around sexually frustrated. And again, a lot of you women are saying, well, I'm sexually frustrated. Like I said, you're not applying yourself. Women can get fucked. Old women, I know because I'm attracted to old women. So I'll fuck you. And, women, you have no excuse. Somebody out there will fuck you. Even if you're old, you're big, somebody will fuck you. So this really doesn't apply to women. It kind of do, I guess, but this is for the men. Men are the ones who are walking around sexually frustrated, angry, depressed, because they can't have a woman. They don't know how to talk to a woman. They don't deal with a woman on a regular basis. A lot of them are walking around needing therapy and don't know it. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous for them. That's dangerous for us. So I ask again, should society legalize prostitution? What is wrong with men getting their sexual release financially when they can't get it naturally? Anyway, that concludes tonight's episode. Thank you, Michael Smirkanish, for giving me that idea with the mingle and all of that. I want you all to know that I have past episodes that you can take advantage of. Just go to my website, which is www.thexyshow.com. You can find all my old episodes on there and catch up for some of the stuff that you may have missed. Follow me on Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And leave me a comment. Shoot me a message saying what you'd like to hear. Any feedback from an episode, I'd love to hear from you. Women, you're always welcome to send me pictures. And I will see you Wednesday for another episode. Before I leave, I want you always to remember that you cannot have X and Y without lust and love. Don't be sexually frustrated. Don't be depressed. Do what you have to do because society is against you, men. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.